I'm gonna do a little coffee chat and bestie pep talk right now. If you don't know me, I'm Lauren and I'm a therapist. More importantly, I am someone who has struggled with this stuff human to human as somebody who's been through it. A lot of people who struggle with food may have learned those patterns from their family because you're going home maybe more frequently or being around family more often. And because these holidays tend to surround food and eating activities, this can be a really hard time. I conceptualize food and body image or exercise issues coming from this place of seeking out and searching for control. A lot of people turn to food or exercise, especially when you're around family. Maybe you can't control other people's behaviors, their opinions, their comments, whatever, but you can maybe control yourself. What's one thing that's within your control that doesn't have to do with food? Are there other things that we can focus on that are within your control? Your routine, self-care, hobbies. If there are ways that we can focus on those things rather than the false sense of control that we get from manipulating our food and exercise and body, then we will be in a better position then if we repeat these same patterns, because there's always going to be people around you that are talking about these things and participating in these things, and we have to learn to cope with them, and we have to kind of try to learn to stay steady no matter what changes around us. Another really important thing is to eat consistently. A lot of people start out by restricting in some way, like for example skipping breakfast if they know that they're gonna then eat a bigger meal later on. They inevitably eat what they perceive to be too much at the later meal, and then they find themselves in a space where exercising or overcompensating in some way. That's a pretty standard pattern. To disrupt that pattern in some way, it's either by not overcompensating on the other end and teaching your body that you can tolerate eating past your fullness cues, or it's by waking up and disrupting the pattern at some point before it gets to that point. Showing your body that food is not scarce, food is not going to be taken away from you, will help your body continue to regulate, will help your mind with the feeling of being restricted and that scarcity versus abundance. I'm gonna be perfect today, and then I wasn't perfect, and now I'm gonna say fuck it. Mindset can be challenged and changed. If nothing changes, nothing changes. So if you notice that you have a pattern and it repeats itself over and over again, see if there's any place that you can put a pin in that pattern and change it, and see if then we can maybe reverse it. Last thing I'll say, I have tried to really shift my mindset about food in general away from good and bad, healthy and unhealthy. If the labeling tends to come in for me, I think about what is this food made up of and why is that good for me? Because when everything's broken down into its components, there is usefulness to any type of food or fuel into your body. Those are just a few of the things that I work with clients on and that I've worked on myself around food and body image and exercise patterns and behaviors, especially around the holidays. I literally wrote a workbook about ongoing recovery that will be out next summer, so I have a lot to say on this subject. So if you have any other questions or need more pep talks, I'm here. And if you are having a hard time in the holidays, just know that I'm thinking about you.